This is George Flinn with Your American Dreams. That's YourAmericanDreams.com. You can go there anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, or 366 days on a leap year, anytime, and see this or any of the other videos. I have got a special guest, and some of the topics we're going to talk about may be a little bit problematic for those under 12, but you can listen or watch and go and archive it if you'd like for your children to see this. So I really appreciate you being here, and this is one of the most important topics that we're going to talk about, because the American dream is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But remember, the first one is life, and this is a Christian broadcast, and we want you to know about life. My guest, Dr. Fletcher Armstrong, is here with me. And Dr. Armstrong, we're going to talk about you for just a minute. Tell us about where you're from and your training and a little bit about it, and then how you got into this. It's an interesting topic. Stay tuned. You're going to love this topic. So go ahead, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in East Tennessee, and I am the Southeast Director of the Center for Bioethical Reform, which is a pro-life group, national pro-life group.
But you trained in?
I was an engineer.
Okay.
I went to engineering school at the University of Tennessee, got my master's and PhD at Clemson University.
Okay.
And was an environmental engineer for many years, a project manager, and something happened.
What happened? Now, this is the crux of it, because this is the kind of thing that's going to impact everyone. What happened to you? Here you are, this brilliant career in engineering. I happen to know that. Brilliant career. And I used to be an engineer also.
Okay.
So, and something happened to you, and all of a sudden you're doing something sort of totally different, as we would say.
Well, I read the book of Jeremiah, and I found out what happens to a nation that kills its own children, a nation that not only disobeys God's laws, but actually sheds innocent blood. And God told them through the prophet that because you shed innocent blood in this place, I will shed your blood. And I will run you through with the sword, and I will feed your carcasses to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field. It's the strongest language of judgment in all of the Old Testament, and it's because of killing their own children. And after Bill Clinton got elected, and I started paying a lot more attention, and I got involved in political campaigns and started to learn more about the abortion issue. I actually saw pictures of what an abortion looked like, and it just galvanized my, my desire or my commitment to do everything that I could to stop it. And I was introduced to the Center for Bioethical Reform in 1998, and it's exactly what I was looking for. It was.
And where is it located, and what is its mission?
The mission is to educate people about bioethical issues, but mostly abortion, and we seek to do what other reformers have done throughout all of history.
Now, what is that? Because I've got to tell you, we talked about this just briefly, and he had a very powerful message about what he's doing and the center's doing. What is that?
Well, we've studied the history of social reform movements, people who worked against slavery, who worked against the slave trade in England, a guy named Lewis Hine who worked against abusive child labor practices, and of course most recently Dr. Martin Luther King, who worked to end segregation and Jim Crow in the South. Mm-hmm. And all of them did some things that were very interesting and also very effective. And one of the things that they all did was to confront the culture with images to help people see what the injustice really was all about. And so Dr. King, he organized marches knowing that racists would come out of the woodwork, they would attack the marchers, they would beat them for simply either marching or trying to register to vote, things that are American, our rights as American citizens. And those images of black men and women being attacked with dogs and water cannons and all of that began to show up on television and in magazines. And it was those images that changed people's hearts and minds about racism, and we saw dramatic changes in public policy even within about a 10